What's up guys, Slush here, hope you have a good day as usual. Today I'm going to be making a short video about The Last of Us. I'm going to give you some theories for the next one and just what I think about the game. So this is going to be a short video. I'm going to give a little summary, a little explanation of the first story. I'm going to talk about the trailers and theories of what's going to happen in the next game.
Look at that.
So The Last of Us is a post-apocalyptic game set in the year 2033, 20 years after a fungal outbreak infected most of the population throughout the city, turning them all into zombies. Joel, who is a black market contraband smuggler and survivor, is asked by a dying friend to look after 14-year-old Ellie and deliver her to another quarantine zone. This of course does not go to plan, which forces the two to set off on an epic adventure across country, encountering different survivors on their way. In the first trailer, we see some sort of forest scenery going on. We see the classical burning car previously shown in the last game, and we see Joel coming what appears to be a house where he hears Ellie playing a guitar, which is what he said he would do in the first game. Joel walks inside the house, and we assume that Ellie, who is 19 years old, has a badass tattoo on her right arm, also wearing Riley's jacket from the DLC Left Behind, has killed them. In terms of plot and what is going to happen in The Last of Us Part 2, Joel asks Ellie if she's going to go through with something, and she replies with, "I'm going to find and kill every single last one of them." Could she be talking about the Fireflies or another group? What did they do and why? I have so many questions, as I'm sure you do as well. Naughty Dog has made great games in the past like Uncharted and Crash. At one point in Uncharted, you could play Crash in Uncharted as Drake. In the second trailer, we saw what Naughty Dog does best. Show some brutal and graphic gameplay as you see someone's intestines come out of their body, and the other sweet side of the cinematic music of where we see Ellie with her very first girlfriend. We know that there is another group of people, because the two new characters in the game that help Ellie escape are a part of that group. In terms of who is bad and who is good, Mr. Druckmann attempts to put everything into perspective. Everybody has their own story, opinions, and beliefs. Which means, like I said, everything is up for interpretation. A good example would be the previous game, ending of Joel wanting to keep Ellie for himself, instead of leaving Ellie with Marlene and the Fireflies. Some say this is Joel, in which they describe his world being taken away from him, therefore he took everything else away from that world. Others believe that they wouldn't even find a vaccine with Ellie, because if you listen to all of the recording tapes with the other patients, they all resulted in dying with no success of a vaccine and find the cure for the infection. This is why The Last of Us is one of my favorite games, because of the interpretation. You can think for yourself of what you think could have happened if something else had to occur. In terms of what I think is going to happen for The Last of Us Part 2, I can't pinpoint exactly what will happen, but as a result of Joel wanting to get revenge on the world in the previous game, I believe that Ellie has has the same sort of feeling of hatred and wanting revenge on some sort of group, which could possibly be the Fireflies or another one. We don't know. I think Joel is going to die, as much as I hope not to see. I think that he's going to have to sacrifice himself in some sort of way in order for Ellie to carry on. In terms of gameplay, in the trailers, the layout looks the same, the movement looks good, and so do the graphics, with the specific details and color. Ellie is the main character that we will play, as which in the past few years she has learned her way of the various techniques of combat and how to work her way around every situation. Music plays a big part in The Last of Us as well. The music in the first game is done very well, and having played through it made the game more intense and feels like I'm actually in the game and more involved. So with all this being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of The Last of Us and what you think is going to happen. I certainly can't wait for the next game. I know Naughty Dog have taken, you know, their time, because this game was made in 2013. And you know what, Naughty Dog? I'm not gonna push anything. I will wait for the next game because the first one was so good.
Come on.
I want this game to be polished, and whatever happens, I'm sure I'll be happy with it. I hope you guys are as well. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you on my next one. Cheers.